Hello gorgeous, I am back today and I'm so excited to be making this video after seems like such a long break from YouTube. I definitely feel like timelines have passed and I'm a different person. I do have a lot of updates, special announcements to make at the end of this video, but right now let's just talk about the difference between goddess energy and what I refer to as the savage feminine. Okay, so goddess energy, as we talked about before, is your connection with the divine. Goddess energy is really where our spiritual boundaries come in, where our energetic boundaries come in. It's also understanding that there's two parts to us. There's the human part that is here grounded on this planet, and then there's the metaphysical part, right? Like the soul part, the higher self part, the part that has access to other realms of information, sort of like the blueprint of what we're supposed to be doing. I think the visual that helps me the most is that if you were on this mission and you were the one chosen to be the hands and feet and like sort of the eyes on the ground, like the one doing the physical thing, and then you had like your friends, your colleague in a helicopter kind of giving you instructions of like, okay, move left, go right, dodge that, run faster here. So it's the two parts working together. Goddess energy recognizes that other people have free will and that other people are just as capable as you of figuring things out because they too have their connection to the divine. And so there's like so much that goes into goddess energy and how to embody it. However, what I want to highlight today is that this is different than what I refer to as the savage feminine. I think sometimes people think, it's the same thing, and Mina is just using the word savage to describe goddess energy, and no, they are very different. Savage energy, or the savage feminine, is the part of us that actually is mindful of our DNA, our past, our evolutionary history. And before you check out because you're like, well, I'm not planning on having any kids, or I've already had my kids and they're grown, this is not just about you protecting and being sort of the gatekeepers of DNA. No, it's way further and way deeper about that. That is true. Women are and always have been, until very recently we gave up our position, the gatekeepers of DNA. We decided what DNA was worthy of going into the future generations, right? So here's the most important part. Bad people, evil people, people with bad intentions for other people already know how to be savage. They have just not forgotten, okay? So you know how they say that money is just energy and it's an amplifying energy, sort of like alcohol? So for example, if a good person drinks alcohol, they're gonna be all sweet and romantic, right? And saying nice things and being more vulnerable, right? If someone that has some bad intention drinks alcohol, will be more aggressive and maybe even violent. So alcohol is an amplifier. Well, so is money, right? Good people do good things with money, with good people with good intentions do good things with money, bad people do bad things with money. It's just the way it is. Savage is sort of the same thing. Savage is an amplifier energy, okay? So the people that have bad intentions for everyone around them, they have not forgotten how to use their savage energy. The rest of us, good-hearted, kind-hearted people that want to just live a good life and wish everyone well, we've been brainwashed and conditioned out of savage energy. We've been told, no, you need to be a good girl, you need to be a people pleaser, you need to be a good guy, and we've forgotten our savage ways. Now, if you combine the fact that women are the gatekeepers of society, of DNA, literally, with the fact that we've forgotten our savage energy, you can see that this is a big problem, because what's going to happen then is that the predators will outnumber the providers, meaning, okay, that the savage bad people, the people amplifying savage energy negatively, will one day outnumber the kind-hearted good people. because of the way things are happening, especially in the Western world right now, where women are just laying down with any which guy and not seeing his intentions, not being claimed spiritually, financially, legally, religiously through marriage, and making sure that this guy is someone that can come through for them and it has basically good DNA. They're just sleeping with dirty DNA like any person. And so if you really look and think deeply about this matter, that we've conditioned the kind-hearted people to be people pleasers, to not be savage, to suppress that part of us. And then because of that, women have also forgotten to be the gatekeepers. This is disastrous. And when I first started talking about these concepts in my Savage Feminine course, I remember there was just this like loud gasp from the students on Zoom, because I don't think people really consider the consequences. And you guys know, because of my background in what I've studied, I can't help but notice the consequences. Like, I can't help but project out DNA and like where behaviors that we're currently doing are leading us and where they're compounding. So that's why I wanted to put this out there, that savage isn't just goddess energy. Like it's really considering the real true impact that you are having on the human existence. And the women really are the gatekeepers of that. So it goes many layers. There's many layers of savage, just as there are layers of inner work. And this is something that I'm really deeply passionate about talking, even though it took me a lot of courage to even start talking about this stuff publicly, because we're all supposed to just be love and light and turn the other cheek. But no, like, that makes absolutely no sense when the evil people, the bad people with bad intentions, remember how to be savage. If you turn the other cheek, you know what's going to happen. And this isn't just about you and me. It's about literally the planet that we are leaving for our descendants, like for the future generations. Whether you have kids or not, I bet that you have people in your life that you really love, nieces and nephews and children of friends and other family members, neighbors, and you do not want to leave a planet where literally the predators outnumber the providers, right? So with that, I want to make some just kind of update you guys on my life. A few things happened, that some good, one not so good, and I want to share that. And before I do that, I also want to share that currently I'm re-enrolling for my Savage Feminine course. This course was the course that I never wanted to teach. I was terrified of teaching this course, and Sheena really started coming through me and like channeling wanting me to channel her savageness. So I taught it. The first time I was very scared. The second time I taught it, it was even better. And this is the third time, and now I am adding a Savage Money and Business live class to it. So all previous students, of course, as always, are grandmothered into my content, and all of my content is gridded for savage and potent transformations. I never in a million years would have expected that this course would end up being voted the #1 favorite out of all my courses. You guys know I have over 60 courses. So the fact that all of my university bundle students and a lot, like hundreds of other students that have taken many courses, have literally reached out and said, Mina, this is the best thing that you've ever taught. It's the most life-changing and the most activating. And the truth is, it was stuff that I was taught that I thought everyone just knows this. And women from all ages, all the way from like 20 to like women in their 70s, are saying, no, this is not stuff that I was taught or I knew. So this is one of those courses that you will get out of it exactly what you need to get. Recently, I had a student reach out and said that she plays each module like 3 times on loop, like just kind of like running in the back of her life while she's doing her day, just so it can help her rewire. So I did not realize that was going to be the impact of this course, but it has created its own grid of transformation within my body of work. So I'm currently enrolling. The price will permanently be going up for this course I think we have 3 days left at this point. There's a timer on it, and the live session is happening on August 2nd, 2023. And of course, it will be recorded and live in the course till the end of time. So if you can't make it live, it will be recorded. So I will leave the link to the Savage Feminine course in the description box and in pinned to the first comment for you. Other than that, some of the things I want to share with you, some I can, some I can't, and the stuff that I can't share, I'm just like dying to share it. As you guys know, I've been playing with you guys all over Instagram. By the way, no one's been able to guess my secret, and no, I'm not pregnant. So many people said that. I'm literally turning 43 in like a few months. I'm not about to have a baby. So it is not that. But I have a secret, and I am birthing something else really, really special and near and dear to my heart, and no one's been able to guess what it is. So that will be announced first and foremost on my email list. So if you're not on it, I highly recommend getting on it because you are missing out on so many fabulous things. Every time I send an email, I get emails, replies back, people saying, even your sales emails are gridded with potent activations and writing about the things that I wrote about in the email that like just awaken something in them. So if you're not on it, you are literally missing out, girl. So I will link my email list in the description box as well. So you guys know I went to my to St. Thomas, US Virgin Islands for my timeline jumping intensive, and oh my God, was it fabulous. It was just such a potent activation, not only just for everyone there, but like for me. I was in the middle in a timeline jump, and I ended up making the transition while I was there. And it was just so beautiful holding the space for some of the most highest vibe, top 1% women on the planet, just coming together in this like really, really high energy. And that thing that happened in St. Thomas, I can't share, but I will be sharing little clips of that event with you guys. The recordings of that intensive is being sold as a digital intensive now. So if you are interested in hearing all of my 7 stages of timeline jumping, I will also link that down in the description box and in the comments for you. So can't share more about what actually happened there, but I have a lot of juicy, special, next level things happening. And of course, you should expect nothing less of me. Like, I'm always doing my inner work. Just like I tell you guys, I do all of it myself. I'm fully embodied in my own body of work. And so of course, there's always next levels in unlocking for not only for me, but for all of us, because I know that this is going to create such a powerful overflow and barakat on this planet. So super excited. Okay, now, the other thing I want to share, which is not so good, depending on how you look at it. I tend to look at things very positively, but we did announce what happened with Arman on my Instagram, and I really, really appreciate all of the heartfelt messages and love that you guys poured towards Arman and my family. So what happened was a few months ago, Arman decided, actually he's been deciding this since he was 13, but a few months ago, he actually fulfilled his childhood dream of spending a couple of months backpacking through Europe. This was just something he's been talking about since he was 13. We were kind of like, yeah, okay, never realizing that like he's gonna do it, right? So he turned 18. You guys know he started his business. He does human design readings. And a couple months ago, he was like, I'm going. Irfan was freaking out. He did not have a good feeling about it. He kept trying to talk him out of it. We tried everything. We tried to bribe him. We tried to threaten him. We tried everything. Arman's my kid. So of course he's like, I'm stubborn, I'm going. So at the end of it, we were like, okay, he's gonna go anyway. We might as well just support his decision. And so at least he's not feeling weird about doing what he needs to do. So anyways, we gave him our blessings at the end. He went and spent these 2 fabulous months. I think it was 2 months. It may have been a little bit longer. Literally just living his best life, meeting friends, doing all of this amazing stuff in Europe. Well, as soon as we landed in back in Houston from St. Thomas, I think it was the next day, Irfan gets a call early morning from Arman. He's like, he was in Romania at that time, which we knew. He said, listen, I don't want you guys to be worried. I'm okay, but I just need to inform you that I was on an ATV with my friend, and there's been an accident. I'm laying on the ground. I think I have broken bones. We're waiting for the ambulance. As you can imagine, we were freaking out because he's literally like in Europe, in Romania. We don't know anyone there. And my first instinct was like, okay, hold on, I probably have people in Romania, right? Like, let me like reach out to my students and find someone in Romania that could like, but I had to like calm myself down. And so Irfan and I we had our little freak out. We calmed ourselves down. We're like, okay, location services, what's the nearest hospital that they're gonna take him to? And we just started like getting into like that like problem solving, like what can we do to support him mode right now. And so long story short, he was taken to the hospital, and it ended up being a broken collarbone and some other sort of like he was hurt on his arm, like hand, some other like scratches and things like that. But the main thing was, as far as we knew at that time, was the broken collarbone. So we spoke to the hospital. We're like, you know, can he travel? And they're like, he can 1000% travel. He just can't lift anything heavy. So anyways, we get him back on a flight, get him in the United States, and immediately take him to the emergency room, making sure if it could be anything else. There were a couple scares along the way, but long story short, Arman he's healing. He does have that broken collarbone and some other little, you know, things on his hand. He's healing, he's doing well. I didn't mean to worry you guys on Instagram. The reason I made that post is that Arman asked me to. He had to cancel, or not cancel, but postpone some of his human design readings. And having the work ethic that Arman has, he's like, I don't want my clients to think that I'm just kind of like postponing the calls for no real reason. So he's like, could you please do me a favor and make that Instagram post so that everyone knows what's actually happening. So thank you so much for all of your well wishes for Arman and for my family. And sorry if I concerned you or worried you. He's perfectly fine. He's watching a movie with Ayan right now, resting, and he is saying that he wants to get back into it, just get his mind off of that. He also doesn't want us to remember his entire trip by that one unfortunate incident, because he said that this was like the best adventure of his life and something he's wanted to do forever, and he doesn't want this one little thing at the end to define his entire beautiful experience that he had in Europe. So I'm just grateful that he's fine, he's okay, he's safe home now, and thank you for all of your love and support. And let me think, is there anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, I have a lot of very, very, very exciting things bubbling, and I'm having a very hard time kind of keeping it away from you guys, because you guys have been such a support with all of my entire journey for my life, and I've always shared everything with you. So it's kind of like, I want to share it, but I will soon I've been giving hints on Instagram, even though no one's been able to guess. So that's coming also in celebration of the Savage Feminine launch. You guys know I like to give from my overflow. So I am going to be doing some really juicy and delicious Savage trainings this week. So be ready for that. The invitations will go out to my email list first, and then everyone else on social media will be notified of the time and everything. So if you want to be the first to know, make sure you are on our list. I'll see you inside the Savage Feminine course. I love you. Talk to you soon.